Hey, and welcome back again for another morning life drawing warm up with Liam and Chad. And be sure to head over and check out that Sasquatch Viking book. It's pretty awesome. We're pretty excited about it. The art's amazing, the writing's amazing, and also the coloring. All
The
right.
coloring is amazing because he did the coloring.
I did the
No, but seriously though, it's really good. There's an image in there of like the girl at the front of the boat with this big sail, and what I was looking at it the other day, and the shading and all the like the details on the sail and the boat were like really classic stuff, man. Like you had like a LUT going on in there, like a lookup table, which is like a filter, you know. Nice like morning color scheme, whatever. It was so solid, like really good.
Sweet.
I'm stoked for
Thanks,
this
man.
book. I hope it does really well, man. I hope everyone gets paid and that all the artists are happy and that you can launch into other projects from this one, you know, and go. This will be your smallest fundraiser ever, you know. From here on in, it's all going to be like full-time gig, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, which already got sock mouth going on.
Use your words. Use your words, Chad.
Derp derpy.
Derp derp derp.
What is it? Shadurp derp.
I should definitely put that video on as like an intro. Oh, there's Daryl. Daryl's in the chat. Yo, he's making the pancakes and listening.
Nice. Somebody's got to make the pancakes.
That's right.
I completely lost track where I was going with that, but yeah, let's get started with the drawing here. Gonna start out with probably like a 60-second pose and work our way up, and then maybe work into some of those awesome references you dug up, so we can go into a little bit more of the musculature of the form.
I am ready.
All right.
Ready to rock steady.
Reset back to 60. And
I've already started drawing. I'm cheating.
All right.
And I don't care.
And I'm operating the buttons and the switches, and so I'll be behind a little bit here, but that's all right.
That's fine. You go behind as much as you want. Gives me more time. Just take your time, Chad. Take your time.
Oh, I'm not worried at all.
No, of course you're not worried. No. You draw fast. You're like lightning draw. Lightning artist.
Grease lightning. Go grease lightning.
I'm telling you, I had the guitar this morning. You were witness. I had the guitar out. I'm gonna bust it out, and every time you do a little jingle, I'm gonna make a little like Chad song. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen. I'll sing a Chad song. I got verses in me. I got lines and bars.
Yeah, he's
all day.
He's gonna bust it out like Slim Shady. He's gonna freestyle it.
I'm Chad the Duke, the real Chad the Duke, and all the other Chad the Dukes are just a bunch of flukes.
It's just a bunch of Lukes.
Just a bunch of groups.
Yeah, Luke. Whoever you are.
Oh, you had to go in a race. Oh, is that timed? Or we're already counting down the
it totally blotched me there. Like right at the end, it did the old
Of course it did. Of course it did, lad.
This is very different pose.
I love this one. This is like flying through the air pose. Yeah.
The flying crotch shot.
Yeah, the crotchy McCrotcherston. It's fine. I'll deal with that.
Take that.
Any kind of pose where the figure's off, like figure's feet has left the ground, is going to be super fun and dynamic. Oh, these are great. These are great poses. Oh,
they're way more dynamic than the last ones.
It senses the competition from my pack that I sent you. It's like, oh, we need to up the game. Otherwise, they're never going to use us anymore. They're just going to use Liam's amazing stock photos. Like, because the program has sentience, right? Of course. It knows I'm a threat. To register me on the radar.
It thinks.
He must be John Connor.
Skynet.
That's right. We both went to Star Wars to Terminator right away.
Why is that where you went to? I didn't
Oh,
even hear
I went to John Connor. I am John Connor right away. Yeah. John Connor.
Oh, need that little hand in there. Ninja hand.
Mm-hmm. Chonky chonk. Chonky chonk.
It's so dynamic because it changes the whole like the way the muscles and the mass of the figure change proportions so much.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. This is great. This is superb.
I'm doing my student drawings, the best I can without rocking any sort of feet or anything.
I just went off the page. My drawings are taking up size.
Yeah, I did 4 drawings on an 11 by 17 piece of paper. Ooh, this one's dynamic.
I like. In the zone today, man. Got some extra sleep. Feel good. Got the coffee ripping through me right now. Get this drawing done. I'm gonna try a nootropic for sure. Like I'm gonna invest the money, and I'm gonna try it again, and for the first time since like 2018. It really helps to get the focus in and stay on your best, right?
Yes. Like the rhino.
Hulk.
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 The size of those
arms.
arms.
Bigness. I have big tricep. Smash, little person.
Puny human.
Puny god.
This is crazy.
I love how in the in the Avengers movie they made Hulk kind of gorilla like, the way he moved. It was awesome. It was so good. Like I was so happy with the way the special effects turned out in the Avengers movies with the Hulk and everything else. Like, do you remember the days when like the first X-Men movie came out and you were just hoping that they weren't going to mess it up with the special effects? Like, because they were still like kind of touch and go at that point, they just didn't have the capability to pull off a really believable superhero movie. And because of the effects revolution and everything the way they are now, it's like they can do it, and it's so fantastic, man. It's like the stuff of when I would like what I always wanted movies to be when I was a kid, and now it's like everyone's just on board so hard. It's great. Comics were so niche to me. Like I didn't think that anyone liked comics, and then I found out that actually everyone likes comics. Like everybody, it's a huge deal, and we should have done this a long time ago.
I don't know. That one's like a total scribble out one. Scribbles, scribble, scribble.
I'm petting the lines so much right now. Gotta just go loose.
Heavy petting today.
I'm not doing it anymore. I'm just gonna draw this. Pull the lines. I love your terms. Pull the line. I also like your term points of contrast. I like the way you describe that for like things that are happening like bad in life, you know? Yeah, it's a contrast. Like that's a really interesting term. You're using an artistic term for a life thing, you know? I like that.
Oh, I never got to that one just because I was late in the battle. Just like this lady, she's late into the battle.
Oh, it's because you're reorganizing your page, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well,
right.
let's after this one here, I'm pretty much out of space, so let's pause it after this one and reset my page. Cool.
Oh,
There was no acknowledgement of my request.
I'm ready to throw my kid into the garbage.
Oh, no. Are you getting Xbox requests?
No.
No.
I think COVID can go fuck itself gently.
Hey, come on now.
Allow people to get back to their regular livelihoods.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's
that'd be great. Tell those COVIDs off, man. Tell them where to go. Okay, let's pause this, please.
Yeah,
please. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm operating too many things at once. There was my rant about the COVID stuff. Just hitting some serious social issues.
You are not the only one.
No, I know.
That's for sure.
Then they're stuck with me, who has no way to get them around or drive them around or anything like that, right? So,
should we do another round of gestures, or should we go to? Should we start extending the time? More gestures? Yeah, let's do more gestures.
Yeah, I would say probably. What do we got? About 10 here, maybe another 10 more, and then go on to longer pose.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Let me just sip my coffee.
Yeah, I need a little sluggo too.
You know what? I shouldn't have discouraged Bob. I wish he was in the stream right now. Oh, he says he forgot about his friend coming over. Oh, he says they're in a studio. He's going to come back on. He says he's coming back on.
Just Dan.
Come on, bro. Come on.
All right.
Hold on. I'm just gonna. Okay, he's gonna join us. I'm stoked. It's great. Let's do it. Are you started again already? Not yet. Good. Thank you.
No, I'll be excited when the kids go back to school, and then they can be in school and then free up my time being here. So.
Okay, I think Bob's gonna come in. Bob the Builder.
It'll be nice too when their programs start and they're able to do stuff. And
yeah, man.
Like our house was such a busy house before, with kids coming and going and this, that, and everything else, and to a complete stop. And it's definitely had like an effect on the development of our kids over the last couple of years, right? Especially with all the stuff that's happened in my life with all that contrast there. And
well, you know what you have working in your favor with all of this is that you got a real stable house. Like you and Lindsay, you're both doing all right. You don't have like drug issues. You're not violent. You get along. There's like love in the house. Like I came into your place there and it was restful. Your dogs were sweet. You know, the kids were having a good time. Everyone loves each other. So it's like, it could be a lot worse. You know what I mean? And even if the effects on your kids are negative, there's still like, just imagine how much worse it could be if you guys like had a bad household. Like my buddy teaches music and he and music is extracurricular. They have to pay for it, but even then, they still got some real, choice characters coming in there. And my buddy tells me some stories. These kids come in and they're on Zoom classes with learning the guitar and stuff, and it's from outer space, man. Like, it's really bad. Like, some of these kids, they like going to school is an escape. You know what I mean? And now they can't escape. They're stuck with mom and dad and all of their mom and dad issues. Yeah, it's rough.
Oh, for sure. All right, let's get started on the next one.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's definitely it's brought lots of interesting insight into life and,
Yeah,
who your fans are and who, aren't your fans.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, there he is. What's going on, Bob?
Hey.
Glad you're here.
Oh,
yeah. Finally.
What's going on, Bob?
Oh,
Glad you're here.
had to mute
Oh, come on, put on those headphones.
Yeah. All right.
Put on your monkey business headphones.
Stoked.
Let's do this.
Sorry, we're starting a little you're starting a little late on this pose, but
Well, it's all good. I'll catch up. What's the time?
I wish I was monitoring the chat. Daryl says this. I remember. I do not recall what he was saying with that, but thanks, man. All right. Are we? Oh, the clock is ticking.
the
All
clock
right, Bob.
is always ticking.
That's right. Never stops.
That's right.
Time keeps on slipping into the future.
What's the timing with this?
We're just doing quick, like 1 minute gestures still.
Okay.
Fly like an eagle. Fly right into the future. We're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy. It's like a kiss from a rose.
All right, that was a really bad one, but that's all right.
I could have stuck with that one for a while.
Poses? Okay, let's there's my sketch right there.
Is that over?
Yep. That's what we're up against, bro.
What is going on here? I didn't even get the movement of the. It doesn't matter.
That's right. That's the whole point of it. You gotta hammer it out, man.
Yeah, it's just too odd for me.
It's like trying to catch a fly with chopsticks.
I do it all the time. It's tough being a ninja.
It's been so long.
Mr.
since I've
Miyagi
done
over here.
this.
Sorry, Bob. I totally ran over you there.
No, I was just saying, man, it's been a long time since I've done quick sketches.
What kind of sketch?
Can we fast forward this one? I can't handle this. I can't handle it. Thanks. All right.
I get a story to tell. Oh man, and it's about life drawing, and it's about a pose exactly like that one.
There were some legendary stories in art school.
Legendary.
Like just like really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that.
I'm gonna leave that right there too. Just yeah, cryptic, and I don't care.
Drip, drip, and swing. Drip, drip, and swing. You must have.
Gross. Come on, man. No, I don't need that image in my head. I don't.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh man, I gotta
He's
get
just giggling to himself. I'm so concerned right now.
I got stories too, but yeah, I can't say.
I want to be a decent human being. That's what I am. I'm a decent human being. Amen.
Whoa.
Okay. I like it. I like it a
These
lot.
ones with the really dark muscle, like
Yeah, it's
really
hard to read off of the on the white, you know.
Yeah. And I think this is like a newer thing for them. Like this specific
The anatomy
model.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they haven't got the shading down. Because it's like because it's not that big on my screen either, so it's hard to get a read.
It's like you're just expecting this dude to be doing like a Tony Hawk plant hand plant up the ramp.
Actually, the anatomy like that, I find it more difficult too. Like showing like the musculature and stuff. Oh, look at that. Switched again.
You got too into your drawing. Took your eyes off of the image.
I'm on a delay too because I'm looking at my computer, and because I can't see my cell phone right now.
Oh,
So it's not that much of a delay. No big deal.
Liam. Oh. Like
uh,
almost like awful.
I am Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Bunghole.
Some butthead.
Hey, butthead. Yeah, Beavis. Yeah, I want to go for a bike ride. You don't even have a bike. Oh yeah.
That's pretty good. Whatever happened to Beavis and Butthead?
Oh, is there somebody coming onto the
What's up,
screen?
Daryl?
Oh, it is Daryl. He was feeling left out.
Hey guys.
Are you coming to draw, buddy?
No, just coming to. I came actually to verbally harass you and inquire as to why the doggy style pose was omitted. I was really disappointed by that. I wanted to see each of you do your best doggy style.
I try to keep a G rating myself, PG at the most. Clean on my channel
crawling,
as much as possible.
Crawling on your hands and knees has legitimate non-sexual purposes.
Yeah,
like vacuuming. She could have been vacuuming, you know?
That's right.
Yeah.
Or
use your imagination, guys.
Or looking for One-Eyed Willie's treasure.
I'm just gonna mute my mic.
I have a feeling she was about to find it, Chad.
Well, I was going back to you know, whatchamacallit? Goonies.
Yeah.
Oh, Goonies. That's right. That is a Goonies reference.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Love it.
And all the references of, you know, the you know.
I still like use break, fall all the time. Break, fall. I exposed our kids to Goonies, my daughter and a bunch of our friends, and they did not appreciate it at all.
Oh man, I tried to do the
what's
same.
wrong with you? They were like, it was like from another planet for them. They were like, this is the weird movie, Dad. Can we watch something else? I'm like, what are you talking about? What? This is like the kids movie, man.
Yeah, that movie was like that captured my imagination in so many ways as a kid.
Yeah, no,
it's in it too.
It's
like,
dated, bro. It's dated. The kids nowadays they weren't feeling it.
Well, I guess it has some yeah, some heavy tropes that they've been discouraged against.
Probably. Yeah. That's it.
Well,
It
like
had some
the
stuff.
Asian kid is played off as very, you know what I mean, cliche Asian, and
Yep.
then there's the what did I hear the other day in comedy? They're like never go full. What's the character's name that says, "Hey, you guys"?
Yeah, never go full
Full
retard. Is that what you're
retard?
saying?
Some
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder. That was that line he used.
Yeah,
in
that
That's
was
right.
it. But
Yeah. That's
people,
right.
that's where that like conversation comes from. But these people were talking
Full
about
retard.
that character specifically from the Goonies.
I'm a dude playing a dude. What is that line he says?
Jack, you went full retard.
Yeah,
Robert
that
Downey
was an
Jr.
awesome
plays like
movie.
a black guy too, like this full on blackface in that movie.
Oh yeah, and he got away with it because it was actually like a take on actors being narcissistic. You know,
yeah.
yeah. He actually got like he didn't totally get away with it because some of his friends were like, "What are you doing?" But for the most part, it did work. You know. But my favorite part about that whole movie was Tom Cruise's character. Like the thing that Tom Cruise did with that. Oh, that was epic. It was so good.
Yeah, that was really like out of left field, but really freaking awesome. It was hilarious.
And his dance was like he was so over the top. Like I know that guy. I've seen that guy. And that's Tom Cruise. That's ridiculous.
Those furry arms were the best.
Oh, it was so good.
This
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of childhood when I was getting in shit by my mother. You know, I'm on the floor.
Yeah, because you're looking up at the imposing woman.
That's right. What are you doing? I spend a lot of my time upside down against the wall, so cutting oxygen supply to the rest of my body. It explains a lot. All right, I think we're almost there. Should we go into longer poses?
Oh, that'd be so good. I'm getting used to doing the sketching thing now, and this like it gets to the point where it's almost counterproductive to my workflow.
All right, I'm gonna pull this screen off while I shift it quickly, and then I'll pop it back on. All right, so I'm just doing modifications to the poses here. So what is going on, man? Nothing. I go back in Google today, and it throws me back to like Google. No, we're not. What is going on here? Sorry, guys.
Technical problems. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it.
Well, it's weird because it should have brought me back to the main screen in Figurosity, but it brought me like right out back to Google. Okay, go with some 2 minutes. You good with 2 minutes? 2 minutes is going to seem like forever now after this.
I'm in.
We'll add it back to the screen. Oh, did you guys add that back to the screen?
I did. Sorry, should I not have done that?
No, because I didn't want people to see my screen. I would have added it back.
I'll let you VJ.
No worries.
We need to get Daryl a logo for his avatar.
Daryl has an avatar?
Yeah, because he's audio only. And it's just he's got the blank avatar. We got to get you like something fancy there, bro.
I have a face in real life. I could use that one.
No, don't do your real. No, that would work. Anything
but your real face.
I'm not seeing any. Are we supposed to be drawing now?
No, we're waiting.
No, the countdown. Oh, I thought I added it to the screen.
Yeah, I can see you drawing there, Chad.
Who unadded it to the screen?
What kind of VJ are you? Come on.
It was added to the screen.
Oh, and then I pulled.
You get what? 30 seconds?
I'm bad. I'm bad.
I'm like, what's going on? I'm sitting here drawing. I look up, and then you guys
I'm like,
are
oh, he's taking a long time to set this one up. Oh wait, no, he's drawing.
And if you're watching my paper, he's like sitting there drawing, and
Meh.
sometimes these like little foreshorten, as they drop lower down. Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's awful.
That one went quicker.
What? Oh,
I started that earlier, and I forgot to stop it.
I'm gonna stop making those sounds now.
Oh, that was you?
Oh, that was me.
I thought you were squeaking one out.
There's a fly in my soup.
Tropic Thunder was hilarious, though.
yeah, it was.
It was a wild movie, man.
But even movies that are like 5 years old are still getting denounced.
Canceled. Yeah.
Yeah. We looked at it again, and we're offended by this, or we're offended.
Yeah, that won't fly now, man. The standards are much higher in terms of
Sure they are.
racism.
Oh, there's definitely lots of stuff going on in the world today where we turn a blind eye to some and not others.
Well, if you were to exercise that kind of stringency over everything, you just have censorship and you can't even talk, like really.
Well, that would be
They're
all right.
hypersensitive to the racism thing, and it's got to cool off at some point, because really everyone, regardless of your color, prefers what's familiar to them, and that's just the way it is, man. Racism is like some magic word. It's not actually racism. It's familiarity and it's arrogance. That's what it is.
Fear.
I think
Fear
people
of what you don't, of what you're not familiar with.
overcompensating for the past to a certain extent, but eventually it'll just normalize. Everything will be so normalized that it won't be as much of an issue. But that took a lot of work to get there, though. And don't forget that. Because we're
I don't even think it's going to be normalized. Like, not to cut you off, but it's such a problem. It really is.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Bob. I think that this is an agenda, and I think it's just the war of communism versus capitalism and democracy. I think that's what it is, and they've got their arguments, and they're just running with it.
Definitely, I think once we become a little bit more resistant to what others say and think about individuals or other people and stuff like that, it's going to be like a spiritual development.
Well, what's really disturbing to me is that the people who are leading this march for censorship and tearing down freedoms and regulating everything are artists, and artists of all the people need freedom. We need it. It's like it's in our lifeblood, right? And it's like you're going and shooting yourselves in the foot. Like, you're destroying creativity in all of its forms, like by regulating things and by censoring everything. It's like just a couple of generations ago, like when we were growing up, it was like censorship is bad, and it was it was like unheard of to do what they're doing nowadays.
I want to know who's doing the censoring that you're talking about. Just act as a concept.
It's group. It's like it's in the culture now, right? The culture is censoring itself.
Yeah, but what's being left out that we're missing, that we would be better off if we had it, that's gone?
Knowledge. Be aware.
So
Viewpoints that go against the communist narrative.
Trope, let's say, of a martial artist that's always Asian or whatever in a movie. We're not really losing anything by that trope going away. You know what I mean? And that's
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. But at the same time, the like nowadays, instead of actually addressing the real issues, they're using that attack, like that's racist or that's whatever, to just get rid of viewpoints that they don't agree with.
I think some people do that for sure.
Yeah.
I think that is an immature argument that occurs from the left. But like, I do think that it's funny because in doing so, when they cherry pick stuff that's kind of like surface level like that, they actually miss out on real deep-seated systemic racism. Like, I'll just throw out the example of immigrant childcare workers in Canada, for example. This is one I dealt with in criminology, is that they are abused heavily because they don't have access to the same channels of justice, or don't believe that they do, as we do. And as immigrants, they're limited, right? But so their passports will get taken away from them by their employers. They'll be forced to work overtime without pay. They can be abused in a whole bunch of different ways, and that all occurs below anybody's radar because it doesn't make it to the news, right? It's a low-level thing, but it's constant and it happens to real people. But like, if we focus on these surface issues where it's like, oh my God, did this TV show have enough representation of that? We detract from some real fights.
Do you see how it's the same argument though, or the same viewpoint, regardless of whether you're looking at a show or whether you're looking at a real issue with a child care worker? It's still the same line of reasoning that systemic racism is a problem and that this needs to be done away with, and we need to regulate everything and control people's lives. And it's like in trying to solve that problem, you end up creating a whole host of new ones. And that's where the real
provided. I think that you are being provided with a set of fears that are meant to provoke a certain reaction from you, like the idea that everything is turning authoritarian and stuff. I feel like that is a propaganda line, and I feel like to a point there's some truth to it. But like if you look at that Dr. Zeus thing that became a really big deal to a lot of people, that was the decision of an independent publisher. That wasn't like some grand cultural hallmark thing, but people blew it so far out of proportion. They were acting like the government itself regulated Dr. Zeus, when that's not what happened at all, right?
Yeah, and I would say for the most part, what's happening now is we don't have really any regulation. There's this cry for freedoms and freedom of speech and stuff like that. And really, I think stuff like Black Lives Matter is just about acknowledging that there is systemic racism, and it's been a problem for a long time. And it's not about necessarily censorship or anything like that. It's just saying, hey, like, this is happening. We need to kind of talk about it, I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of the people
culture,
saying
like,
it's not happening are
culture,
people
right?
who wouldn't have experienced it in the first place, right?
Sorry, I'm on a delay, but I just saw this model here. That is a really
Wow, this is nice. She's thick.
Dick.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So does this thing just randomly generate a figure?
Yeah, out of space.
That's cool.
Well, they have like
There's a
body, like yeah. These are all rendered. Like, artists have created these from photographs, 3D rendered and stuff.
Oh, okay, I get you. If I figured it was like 3D scans of people or something.
Oh, it is.
If such a thing is possible.
This is a 3D scan of me.
This is Chad in the shower.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love this. There's so many like cool shadows on this. I know I'm not going to have enough time.
Actually startled by the bright light of the fridge as I opened it up at night. I drew this one kind of squiggly. Squiggly! Excuse me. Don't worry, guys. I still have AIDS, but I don't have COVID.
That's good. I just won't make out with you.
AIDS. All right. Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to shut anybody down there or like discourage anybody's opinion. I hope nobody feels that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Daryl.
well, I have these conversations on the regular, and so I'm quite used to it. And my political opinions, you know, I make Genghis Khan a little uncomfortable with my opinions. So like it's fine. Like my dad is a hardcore socialist, and I was raised in that kind of thing. And you know, God bless him, I love my dad, but I've gone the other direction. I'm like
nuts to me that there are people out there that identify as socialists. I've never met one yet.
Really? Oh man.
Never.
Oh my god.
I think it's just a word that's being used to describe anyone who is not conservative. That's what I find anyway.
Yeah, right now it is.
It's
It's a
bizarre
tool.
how
Just
become-
like fascist is being used to batter on the right.
Well, it's so
Right.
funny. Like it's really authoritarian government, whether it's communist or fascist. It ends up kind of doing the
Yeah,
same
man,
thing.
it
It's about
does. It
censorship and
evolves into the
control.
exact same thing. Because if you
Yeah.
examine any communist government that has ever occurred, all it is like an authoritarian cult of personality usually. And it's whether it evolves from the cult of personality into the cult of the party is really what determines how long it will last. So like in China, for example, it's perpetuated because they've kind of successfully moved it to the cult of the party where the people are concerned. So the leader is like a huge part of it, but he can be replaced easily enough now without the whole system collapsing kind of deal.
It's an opaque
And then-
bureaucracy.
Or you could just
Yeah.
shoot him, and that replaces him.
That's true. And then that could probably happen. I don't know. I feel like in China, for example, he's doing what the Chinese elite want him to do. So everybody's more or less
Make
happy.
money. Oh, here you go. There's another one for you.
This one looks a little more like this guy is like down on his luck or he's lamenting the death of his god or something.
He's. Will you just screw off? He's fermented. It's not working. Trying to talk, but it's not working. Derpa derpa. We're pounding out lots of drawings on this one.
This is great.
I haven't even started this one yet. It's the pose taken after the crying game.
This dude is in grief.
I remember that. I
His
just
face
caught that.
will be
I caught that
falling.
reference. I caught that reference.
Hey, baby. How are you?
What is that?
Coffee.
She
What can I do for you?
with the picture?
Okay. Right.
I'm having trouble. Oh, that's what's going on. I'm having troubles distinguishing. What is going on here?
This pose is amazing. This is the kind of thing I could actually spend some time on.
Really?
Just the way the head is like tucked behind the shoulders, pretty good.
No, thank you.
Oh yeah, because of the butt. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. That's not the thing. No, yeah.
No, I'm
Not
just. I just want more action. I want more action. Like this one.
Running through all these pages here. John, oh yeah, Supergirl pose.
Super squirrel. We haven't seen Darsar in a little while either, eh?
I know. I wonder if we scared him off. That's okay. There'll be other fans.
There'll be other Darsars. I could just be busy.
How to make really good content that brings people back, you know? Not easy.
You still here, Daryl? Or is he gone?
Oh yeah, no, I'm here. I just muted my mic because I was helping Callie get some stuff.
So I posted that video this morning, and I was like, the video is called "Attention, Ange."
I should be getting texted right about now.
No, I'm kidding, man. No, I didn't post it.
Yeah, thanks. I completely forgot that it was just a conversation, or sorry, I forgot it was more than just a conversation between dudes. That's what it felt like after a while, so I kind of just eased into that.
Yeah, the back room is always listening.
Yeah, right. Somewhere the NSA knows exactly how I feel about Ange.
I got the sun coming in now. Woohoo! The sun is back.
I'm on my phone. I wish I had a bigger screen so I could see what you guys are doing.
Doing them drawings.
Doing them drawings. He's got massive legs and a small butt cheek. He's got a small butt cheek. Is that the same? No, it is. The foot is a little bit behind the other foot. That is some super foreshortening, though.
That's great. Foreshortening, awesome.
It's probably
What is foreshortening?
Foreshortening is when one thing blocks another, so you don't get you don't see everything because yeah, certain things are in a space a little further out, closer to you than others.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It is sweet though, like even watching where the muscles are moving and stuff like that on this pose. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a good pose for sure. Very tricky.
I still haven't seen the new Spider-Man movie yet. Everything closed down before I made it to the theater.
Yep.
I watched
Someday we'll have nice things again.
I watched the Eternals, and
Oh, how was that?
I would probably say it finally a film that gave Catwoman a run for its money.
I don't know how to take that.
It was awful. I thought it was awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. like everything from the casting, you know, and come on, like they recast the one dude who played in Doctor Strange. Like that's one of my biggest pet peeves is recasting the same cast for different roles in the same universe.
Oh, yeah, that's
they
kind of
did
dumb.
that? Oh no.
So, you know, Doctor Strange's apprentice there. What?
Wong?
Tight.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Wong. Yeah,
Okay.
he was a new character in the new one. So I'm like,
By the way, that actor, did you guys ever watch Marco Polo on Netflix?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I love that show. That show was
That was
the
a great
bomb,
show.
was it not?
Yeah, I was like, why did they stop this? This sucks.
That was such a great, like his Genghis, he wasn't Genghis Khan. He was he Genghis Khan? Genghis?
I think we was
yeah.
Kublai.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kublai Khan. Yeah. And he would talk about Genghis. Like, and he would always like. I remember the pronunciation for Genghis was
because
Genghis.
Genghis is like the legendary figure,
like Caesar, right? Yeah.
Yep. I listened to a really cool Dan Carlin podcast about the Mongols. It's like 6 hours long.
Oh, so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, man, really, really fun listen. Well, I mean, there's a whole lot of horrific things in it, but I mean, if you like violent history, there it is.
Yep. Oh yeah, man. It's just real life played out in a big way.
Yep.
People
Mongols did not give any shits about anybody, man, other than Mongols, and even then,
like the value of human life isn't even a thing, right? And it's the same thing with the Roman Empire and the Nazis, and it's like people just dehumanize, and that's the way it is. Like I would not want to live in that time at all. Like that's rough.
Man.
We're living in a really good time right now.
Yeah, dehumanizing your opponents is like central to every single genocide that's ever occurred on the planet Earth, pretty much.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I lived in that time period. It was very good time period.
Yeah. You lived in the time period?
Good time for stonemasons.
That's right.
Siege engineers.
Getting stoned all the time. It was great.
Did you guys ever...
Oh, so good.
You go ahead.
I was just going to say one of the strange things about the Mongols, and this was in, I think, Marco Polo a little bit, is that they were reticent to kill people of royal blood, or if they did kill them, they killed them in like these weird ass discreet ways, like binding them in burlap and drowning them, or like strangling them to death, whereas other people would get much more horrific deaths from them. But yeah, they had a weird superstitious thing about killing anybody with royal blood.
Yeah, that's a thing in that world.
Yeah, normal the belief that it has actual power.
Yeah. Normal people mean nothing, and only the people in power are that's where your, I guess, your sense of identity is in who you support, and and that person's life means everything. Your life means nothing, and everyone else feels the same way.
Yep. That's how the samurai behave too, right? Towards their lords, feudal lords and stuff.
Yeah.
And knights probably towards their lords. Although I bet there was, when you got down to the ground in the nitty gritty, a lot of it was just pragmatic because they had to do what they had to do.
I'm getting really warmed up now. This is great. Like starting to get a little bit more confidence in the line and proportion. This is awesome.
What's going on?
Someone's going up and down stairs.
Oops, sorry. I'll turn my mic up.
Nice.
Way to go, Callie.
You still there, Bob?
Still here.
Bob's doing it. I see those drawings. I see what's happening. kind of small, but I can see it.
I goofed up my lag. I made it too weirdly small.
Started out okay with this, but man, yeah, now it's just a mess.
I started throwing in the perspective. Oh, damn you.
Oh, yeah. So we got 3 pages of the, I got like 4, I'm on page number 4 now of gestures and quick poses.
I've been doing this in layers. So yeah, I couldn't even tell you how many.
Yep, exactly. I do the layers, a new page, and then I hide the other one and move on.
Do.
Oh, we got quiet all of a sudden. We need Daryl to come back.
I know, right?
Daryl!
He's just been rocking the history today. Rock.
I love it.
history.
I love it. Get that guy rolling. That's the thing about writers, eh? Writers are full of content. They have no idea. Like all of a sudden they'll break out this stuff. It's like I've been reading this, and it's like, what? That's amazing.
Oh, this is a good back arch. Oh, what happened?
That's a swimmer. Oh, it conked out on you again?
Oh,
Yeah, I had full shutdown.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Oh, good.
no, it's all good.
Oh, I wrong clicked the wrong thing. I swear I might have hit control window and then it minimized everything.
Don't let it happen again, Chad.
Yeah.
Here, can I reset this one?
Oh, yeah.
Here, wait, 1 sec. There we go. Reset.
Oh, man. So much. It's so good. Life drawing's the best. It really is.
It is super fun. I am so rusty at this. It's unbelievable.
That's why you just got to do it a little bit, get warmed up, and then all of a sudden the joy, like you get the proportions right. Your line, all of a sudden, it's like in like 2 or 3 lines, you've told the whole story, and you're like, "What? Wow, that's how pros draw." It's great.
Nice. Sorry, I'm back for a bit.
What's up, brother?
Nothing. Just going over my Dungeons and Dragons notes now.
Nice.
We're playing a game tonight.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, man. If you can ever make it down, you should join us. We try to play once a month.
Oh,
Yeah. Cool.
yeah, a really bad earring. Oh, sorry, guys.
Some people play like exclusively in like a Zoom meeting like this kind of thing, but I'm not sure I could pull it off as the dungeon master without the, because I'm pretty new at it still. So
Well, in person is always best. You know, and there's nothing like that. Like Zoom meetings are okay and everything, but
yeah,
I don't want any more Zoom meetings.
yeah, you've had quite a few this week, eh, Chad?
Yeah, Zooms. I would like a Zoomer meeting. A meeting high on mushrooms. Hey guys.
That would be amusing,
Hiding from the camera because you're scared of it because it's the serpent.
right? People just disappear from the screen for like an hour at a time.
What's he doing?
He got obsessed with the way the sunlight was hitting the curtain.
It's scary.
I'm trying to get the connection between Zoom and psychedelic. I don't get that yet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The bridge is Chad. That's the only thing I can figure out.
That's the only thing you gotta understand. Yeah. Zoomer.
So I watched the Doctor Strange movie, the first one, like way back when, right? First Doctor Strange movie. And there's this fight where the Stan Lee's cameo is he's on a streetcar or a bus or something like that, and they're fighting.
Friggin'
And Stan Lee's so into his book and like whatever book he's reading, right? And he's like, "Oh, that's hilarious!" And meanwhile, they're fighting. And anyway, so I paused it and I looked at the book he was reading, and the book was *The Doors of Perception* by Aldous Huxley.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, Aldous Huxley, I've heard that. *Doors of Perception* is like a pretty famous book, so I went and got it and I read it, and it was really psychedelic. Like it was all about, you know, Aldous Huxley's a doctor, he's educated doctor, and he goes and he does mescaline. Anyway,
mescaline.
Yeah,
the Hunter S. Thompson drug.
Yeah. So he does that and he documents his experience. So that's what Stan Lee was reading.
I talked to Hunter S. Thompson once.
Has anybody read The Once and Future King?
The graphic novel, the new one by Boom Studios.
It's another book that was like mentioned in a Marvel movie that I always intended to read but never did. Professor X was lecturing on it in the first X-Men movie, I believe.
No way! Oh, I got it. That sounds awesome. I didn't catch that. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's either at the very beginning or the very end. They're sitting in a room and he's just chatting about the Once and Future King. So I think Professor Xavier is probably one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. Yeah. So I feel like I would vibe with a book that he would like. So I'm not sure though.
So here's an interesting personal fact about that first X-Men movie and that scene that you're talking about where he's lecturing on that. There's a guy sitting in the windowsill. He's sitting in the windowsill and he's kind of like, you know, listening, and he's a white guy. He's my buddy Dan. He was an extra on that movie.
That's awesome.
Like, he takes up quite a bit of real estate in that shot too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Dan hanging out with. But he played pool, I think, with Patrick Stewart. Kind of hung out with him for a little bit. Yeah, it's amazing. He's also in the basketball shot too when they're flying over. There's like an overhead shot of the basketball court. Yep. He's playing basketball.
That's really cool. How did he get into that? Was he just in the right place at the right time kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, there was a call for extras, and him and my other buddy, they both went and they were extras. Now, mind you, they were both high as kites at the time, and it's like it's completely like that. So, you know, but yeah, they did it. They were there.
Oh man, I can't imagine being high as hell, meeting Patrick Stewart, or having to be in a movie at the time. That would be that would definitely add to the experience.
He was probably high as hell too.
Maybe.
Back in those days, I was in a cloud, you know.
One of my buddies worked on all those X-Men films, right?
Really?
Oh,
Was he
yeah?
a PA or something?
And Blade and stuff. He was a lighting guy, so
Oh,
Nice.
so cool.
still is. Runs like one of the largest unions out west.
Nice.
Did he
That's
work
really
on
cool.
X-Files?
Yeah, X-Files. Or I don't know if he was there for X-Files, but Blade, Fantastic Four, and a bunch of others. Supergirl, Smallville.
Wow.
Yeah, list goes on and on. I talked to Hunter S. Thompson one time.
You actually did, so you weren't just saying that.
No.
You did?
Yeah, I was looking for a work placement for my third year of illustration or whatever, and I was calling Rolling Stone magazine. So, and I ended up talking to him. So,
How in the hell would they have got? That's hilarious and awesome.
yeah, I have fucking no idea.
Was he an asshole?
No, he seemed like a fairly nice guy. I can't remember very much about the conversation at all, except for it was very short.
Yeah, it would have been short. It's not like you sat down for coffee with the dude.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you for Bob? For going a little bit longer now. Looking at
Yeah,
some-
yeah, I think I'm ready.
Bob wants
sure.
to go longer. This one kind of, it's got like this, I don't know.
I'm not feeling this pose. It's too rigid.
This is a weird ass pose. This looks like it looked like an alteration on Jesus' crucifixion or something from where I was.
It's got like a very like walking the cross vibe.
Yeah.
You want this?
Oh yeah.
He's got muscles.
So this reference here is from Noah and Rachel Bradley. They're a couple of artists in Cali, and they have packs of reference, and I'm a big fan. I bought a whole bunch of their things. Him and his wife, they both do awesome artist reference. He's done a whole bunch of Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh, sweet. Some of the actually I pull out Magic the Gathering cards every once and again as reference for Bob for when we do more Fatal Charade stuff. If we do more Fatal Charade stuff.
Nice.
Because they have lots of like animal people in Magic the Gathering, like lion dudes and stuff like that.
This guy here, Noah, he's actually really communicative. If you go to his Instagram, he tends to respond to comments and stuff, and I've talked with him back and forth. He's a really cool guy.
That's all right. It's always nice
Good.
when people are willing to reach back out instead of just sit there on like a pedestal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it gets to a point where you don't have time to talk to everybody if everybody's talking to you, but I don't know. I've never had that problem myself.
I know he's got quite the following, but I don't think it's unmanageable. He's got.
I hear you. I wonder what threshold there is there. Well, I'm sure it differs by person as to how much you can handle.
Yeah.
In my opinion, social media stuff requires a certain amount of fortitude, and I'll say I respect the persistence of people who go at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I feel to me like that would be a very draining thing. being a face in front of people all the time, but I don't know, just because I don't get to control it as much as one. Never mind. I guess you do get to control how much you appear.
You do, but you don't get to judge people's or you don't get to control people's reactions either. So you do have to have really thick skin.
Yeah, I could be taken down by some harsh comments and probably have a pretty damn bad day, I think.
Yep. Yeah, you got to be real careful about what you post and whether it reflects you, and then be willing to kind of deal with it, or have like you got to go through it. I hear the stress is unbelievable for people.
Yeah, I bet. I kind of prefer the people who they just kind of set up a sort of semi-studio appearance, and then they just do like a routine there, like a daily thing or whatever, and you can kind of choose to listen or not. That's like the level of YouTuber that I'm kind of comfortable with, I guess, at most. I don't like the like travel everywhere, interview everybody kind of thing so much. Interviews are fine, I guess. But
yeah, I love comic creators who have a good station, good presence. Like Cartoonist Kayfabe is one that I listen to all the time, and he's pretty much my go-to. Those guys, and they post all the time, and it is interviews, but it's really chill. Do you know who I'm talking about? Ed Piscor and Jim Rugg?
I do not, but you guys might.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, Jim Rugg added me to his top fan. He gave me like a little like badge.
Yeah.
I guess.
You got an achievement.
Yeah. He gave that to me just recently.
No way. Cool. Yeah. How so? Like through the channel, Cartoonist Kayfabe, or through
his Facebook page, saying that I was probably one of his top followers or whatever on his Facebook page.
Oh, nice.
So so every time I post a comment or whatever, I get my little badge.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he's got the Hulk Grand Design right now. I believe is it an Indiegogo or a Kickstarter campaign? I think it's Indiegogo. And he's like done it with Marvel and gone through all kinds of stuff with the Hulk.
Wow, that's cool.
And then every single day they post videos every day. Like, I don't know how busy those guys are, but they are workhorses.
Yeah, that would be so hard to maintain.
Yeah, man, I don't have that kind of to do that plus be like an artist and creator of some kind, or in my case, a writer. Like, the writing takes up enough time in my daily life when I'm productive that I feel like it sucks a lot out of me when you compare or add life stuff, being a dad, all that shit, to the mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm in a place now where my daughter's older. Once I can get free of this job, I think I can handle all of it. I think I can do the videos, right, the marketing and stuff, and also produce the comic books. I think I'm getting there. And Chad is already living that life. So it's like crazy, man.
Well, let us know if we can help out, dude.
Yeah, well, this is it. Like, coming in onto the live streams and talking and stuff. This is it right here. Like, this is scalable. I'm stoked. I'm so incredibly stoked. Like, this time last year, I was like, am I ever going to get a community? Like, am I ever going to be a part of other comic book people, or, and here we go. And it was because of like the most random little thing. I was in a a live stream in the chat, and for K. Michael Russell for a colorist, and then Chad was like nice enough to pick me up, and we connected on Facebook and started talking, and then boom, here we are.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, creeping people in the chats. Hey, what's going on?
I mean, you look at their stuff, like I got a whole bunch of videos on YouTube and that. So it's like you can see kind of what I do already because my presence is there. And that took some time to build. So like it didn't just happen out of magic, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's magic.
Go ahead, Daryl.
Oh no, I don't think I was saying anything.
Oh.
I'm half-ass organizing myself as while I listen. I got these cool wooden tokens for D&D that are like numbered that represent the bad guys. They're just like 1 through 7 or whatever, and you can just place them down on the battle mats. Way easier to manage than well, just because you have to deal with a lot of pieces of paper and a lot of number tracking, right? So having little numbered dudes on there just makes it my life easier.
Cool, man.
Cool beans.
I made a bunch of cheesy terrain for us too, guys, like printable terrain, like little trees and rocks and shit.
Sweet. Better be good.
Yeah, trying to just up that immersion level to like cardboard heights.
And then I flip over the table that I just built, and it has a whole world on it.
Carved from hand.
That's right.
Chad, no. Or rather, invite me to your game.
Yeah. How long is this pose going to be?
How long do you want it to be? I was just going to ask, because if I'm going to go into the inks here, because I got things kind of mapped out nicely. I haven't done. Oh, you guys are already like, look at that. Oh, Chad, that line work is phenomenal. Okay, let's stop and take a look at each other's work.
Let's stop and take a look.
No, actually, no. Let's finish. I want to get some more on this because I can't compete with that. Chad, that looks great, man. Wow, killing it. Looks awesome.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
All right, I'm gonna mute the mic for a bit. I got to deal with some more stuff.
Key.
Cool.
You guys can study. I got to go heat up some coffee, but I think we should go into some of those fight punches, man.
I can't wait. I'm so stoked for that.
Let's go into like full action punching mode. Like this guy's just given us his, his 10-4 or whatever. So I wasn't worried about proportion on this one.
Yeah, your proportion's a little, you've elongated. That's the thing about this because of the perspective. Sorry, Bob, I ran right over you.
No, we're on the same page there. Yeah, it's the perspective is so challenging with this. I didn't do it. I just, I kind of faked it.
Yeah, well, I've gotten because I've drawn this pose, this kind of thing over and over again for the past year or so. I'm a little bit more natural with it, but yeah, you really have to make the legs shorter than you think they are. Right? It's like they're as short as you think they are, they're shorter. And same with the torso. Yeah.
I totally messed it up, which I need to.
We've done a lot of sketches, man. Like how long have we been on this stream for? An hour and just over an hour. So
yeah, man.
I've definitely learned a lot today so far. Oh, I'll be right back.
Cool. Sure. Yeah, I've been using this guy's reference for about 2 years now. And when he put out this pack with like extreme perspective, I was overjoyed. Like it's so good. I've been waiting for it.
Look at that perspective, man. Like if you were to draw like a cage around it to show the perspective, it would be a lot different than what I've portrayed here. Yeah,
that's the way to do it. Yeah, you do, like if you're having problems with it, you draw a box. And that's why it's like so good that he's got like the floorboards there to point, right? Like all the information is there.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I didn't actually look for that clue when I first started.
But you see, he's not on the same, like it's a different vanishing point for the boards as for him because he's rotated a little bit. Do you know how to rotate perspective points?
What do you mean by that?
So like if you have 2-point perspective and you've got 2 vanishing points, those are for a box with a 90-degree angle, right?
Yeah.
And then so if you rotate that box, you also move the vanishing points on the horizon, and they move kind of like in a predictable way with their degrees, right?
Right.
So you can rotate, once you understand kind of how to do it, you can rotate your perspective points. Even though you can use the floorboards as a reference, he's off like by maybe 10 or 15 degrees, right?
Okay.
From
Yeah. Yeah. I
where
see
the
what you mean. Yeah.
floorboards are. So you just rotate both the perspective points accordingly. And
Like the horizon line, you mean? The horizon line gets rotated.
the
by a
horizon
bit.
line
Like,
stays, like in this one here, because the horizon line is your eye level is the same, but he's rotated. So your vanishing points, both your vanishing points will move, right? They'll move like from where the floorboards are, you would
yeah.
move it about 10 degrees, like you would rotate him about 10 degrees. And so those vanishing points on the horizon will move as well. See, I'm gonna do tutorials on this because it's not difficult, but you have to wrap your head around it first, right?
Right.
Because
Well,
this is fisheye, isn't it?
Yo, yeah, this is totally like he's got. I think this is a 35 millimeter or maybe less.
Yeah, because your center of your body's like closer to the camera, and you definitely get that bowing effect.
Yeah, it's so good, man.
Yeah, because his mid torso or so, and then his feet move away, and then his head moves away. It's very dynamic for a superhero pose, though.
Yeah. After my Kim Jong-gi phase, I started drawing boxes around all my figures to start getting a better understanding of the perspective.
I definitely put it into context when I'm looking at it. Like in here, it makes it easier. Although I didn't use it in my drawing in my initial gesture, I was just more about mapping the outside of the figure. So, but I think about that with the proportions of, cylinders, cubes, blocks, things like that moving in space, and the perspective of where they're situated into space. Like I always picture the pelvis almost as a bowl shape, right? Or like a plate. So
yeah, I mean it's a mix of boxes, and then there's also kind of ellipses at 45 degrees for the hip bones, and you can kind of see where he's got where the hip bones will show in this one here. But yeah, like for me, I would do the hips as kind of a cradle. I drew the hips like so many times, like the bones, the structures of the bones, like many times in a sketchbook. And I made it like a couple of months of, I just stop the bus and draw from reference, a hip cradle.
nice.
Yeah, it's a really cool structure, the way that works. And like you can simplify it into a box, which is what a lot of people do. But you're saying you use a ball, right?
I use balls, I use cylinders, I use plates. So, and then I kind of connect the dots. Hams, footballs, all sorts of shapes. So are you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you ready for some football? You guys won't like that one?
I love this one. Can you make it a bit bigger at all?
That
would be a no. Oh, it looks like it's frozen.
Forward, download. Oh, those are just in your...
Oh, those aren't... yeah, those are from my phone. There you go. Now we're talking. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Oh!
Come on, bro.
Oh. Only if I could overlay the sound. Or splat. Go into Illustrator and then just superimpose it.
Bob, have you ever heard of Scott Robertson?
No, I haven't.
He's my perspective guy, the main one. He's a professor at the Art Center in California.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you did tell me about him before, or maybe
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. But yeah, tell me a little bit more. So he taught you, because you took a course or something, right? On perspective, or what was it that you did?
I bought his book.
Okay, that's what it was.
And then I lived with that book by my bedside and took it with me everywhere for like almost a year or so. And just to wrap my head around the first 5 pages was like, it was like learning accounting. Like it was like a whole different language. Like, oh my gosh, this is so difficult to figure out. And yeah, his book is amazing, man. It was very helpful, but I still had to decipher what it was he was actually saying because he was so technical. And really all we need is shorthand. We don't need to know specifically all the stuff, but the way my brain works is that I want to know every little nuance of it first and then simplify from there. I don't want the easy version, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, his book is amazing. It's called How to Draw.
How to Draw. Yeah, that is the one you told me about. Yeah, I would remember to check that one out.
I'm all about breaking it simple.
Simple is the way, man. You got to have it easy, ready to go. You don't want to be breaking everything down and doing all like these crazy, spending all your time doing the drafting and then suck all the life out of your drawing. No thanks.
Yeah, this doesn't look very good at all.
I might have to head out in a moment. I could just hear Dan downstairs. I think they're starting to come up. They must be done their photo shoot, which means that I should go and say hello.
Okay.
So I don't think.
Oh, Daryl's there.
Yeah,
Daryl for me as well.
Get your pencil out, Daryl.
What?
You're gonna draw this one for me in my absence.
You can place your drawings on
that would be awesome and hilarious. I could draw like arrows and stuff to point where the guy's arm would go if he had an arm. How's that?
Anyway, guys, thank you for inviting me. I'll pop in. I'll back in if I can, but just in case, I'll see you later.
Yeah,
awesome, man.
Take it easy. They had a Dan for us.
Yeah, we'll do.
Weird echoing vibrations going on. I take one little break and I cannot hit the line here. It's so weird. Like I can't draw the way that the arm's heading.
Yes, I'm struggling with it too. Like all of a sudden I'm drawing huge. And
well, I can't pull diagonally across the way my tablet is angled in that direction. It's not natural.
Weird.
Yeah. It's a very weird sensation. Like I can't even bring my elbow in or above to pull the line. Like even when I try to float my hand.
Strange.
Oh man, I'm just gonna quit. Quit while I'm ahead.
You want to restart it, or do you want to move to a different drawing, different photograph?
No, I just deleted it. Could be that it's too big on my screen as well. Because I've just been drawing so small.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I'll just look at the little screen. No, it's even too small to look at. Daryl's typing like crazy.
Sorry.
Making that D&D game. Yeah.
I'm actually editing now some Black Spire stuff.
Black Spire?
Yeah, Black Spire is another title that I'm working on right now. Like original creation.
Is it your own?
Yeah, 100% from the ground up. It's meant to take place so in Fatal Charades, in the bigger history of the world, there's two main continents. And like way back in time, the two continents had a giant war. And the one that like the Fatal Charades takes place on was the loser, and so they have a sort of a different society. But and then the continents were separated after this war for reasons. But anyway, the other one is called Koilos, and it's like where the bad guys hail from. So I set this this story on that continent, and it sort of shows a viewpoint from like the imperial evil side of things. You're still sympathetic to the main character because she's like a kidnapped victim kind of, but it still takes place in the same world overall though.
Nice. How long have you been working on it for?
A couple months now. I think I started it one day in the park when I took Callie to the park. I was just sitting there, and I'll bring my little it's like a Bluetooth keyboard that I have, like a Logitech one.
Okay.
And I just like hook it up to my tablet or my phone and type. So probably just like 2 or 3 months. I've only got about like, I would say 7 or 8 pages worth of material, script wise. But I don't like work on it, like head to the grindstone, just because like there's no plans for it right now in terms of publishing or drawing or anything along those lines. So like it's just sort of my pet project, I guess, for the time being.
Cool.
Yeah. Computer's starting to crap out now. Fully crapped out. So I'm done now.
I did a pencil sketch on this one, and I can't change the sense. Oh, there we go. Okay.
We'll see if it saves.
Okay, I'll be back.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it doesn't even want to save. Lovely.
Ouch, that sucks.
Mom wants you to call her.
Yeah, close the door. All right, supposedly I need to call my wife.
All right, dude.
I'm gonna exit. I'll see you in a little bit. My computer started cropping out. I can't do anything with anything right now either. So
All right, no worries. I'll leave the chat. If you guys start it up again, you can shoot me a link if you want to, or if not, it's not a big deal either.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna end the broadcast then.
Okay, sounds good.
Can you just text Liam to let him know that I had to leave for a phone call?
Yeah, we'll do.
All right.
Or yeah, okay.